Thank you all so much for coming and being a part of this. As you may or may not know, this is my first ever completed attempt at a full-length musical. Yeah, thank you. And I'm so excited to share this with all of you today. First of all, I'd like to take some time to thank some people who this really could not have happened without. First of all, my incredible book writer, Miss Anna Bradley. My music director, Vinnie Ester. And last but not least, there's not a lot of people who respond well to being asked, hey, you want to put on a musical in 2 days? You know, but I have found a fantastic group of people, and they've just been a delight to work with and have made my music sound better than I ever thought it could. So please give a round of applause for the cast here. And so, without further ado, Minnie Quay. Thank you and enjoy the show. Just another port on the Michigan coast. Find a spot at a table and a drink to sleep down. Just another day in a thriving mill town.
Chef to the tavern, James Quay is filling mugs with ale while his wife Mary Ann busses tables, carrying more plates and mugs than she should. Minnie is trying to bus a table herself, but a drunk sailor refuses to let go of his mug.
Minnie, I could use some help here.
I'm a little busy, Mother. I'm already gonna be late as it is. The freighter.
The freighter! You know I don't like you out on the dock.
Will someone take these to the corner table? Hey! What am I gonna do to get a goddamn drink around here? I thank you not to swear in my tavern, sir. Mary Ann, Minnie, someone?
Oh, Christ, fine.
Minnie Quay, don't you dare take the Lord's name in vain.
Best be minding your mama, little girl. Goddamn good for nothing sailors.
James.
It's a hard pill to take knowing your clientele is full of degenerates coasting to hell. And with each slurring toast,
And with each lusting wink,
your patience gets pushed closer still to the brink, and you wonder if hellfire is where you are headed as well. The sailors pass through here, the flesh and blood, another port on the Michigan, port on the spot at a table, and a drink to sweet down. Another day in a thriving mill town. Just another day in a thriving mill town.
A group of girls breaks across the stage, excitedly running and gabbing. At the front of them is Minnie Quay. Throughout the dialogue, they travel through the town to the heart of the harbor, where they await the launch of a new ship, more massive than any Lake Huron has yet held.
hurry, hurry!
Oh, the way he smiles, my weak knees go weak.
Oh, and he's always smiling too. What's a girl to do? How is she supposed to focus?
Will you stop? The two of you sound ridiculous.
I almost forgot. Minnie doesn't have a romantic bone in her body.
I don't see the point in wasting my time daydreaming about foolish boys.
She'd rather daydream about oil stains and giant ships.
If I'm going to fill my head with notions, they are going to be grand, not as plain as Jonathan Crane.
Well,
I hope we didn't miss it. If the two of you didn't dawdle so much.
that's another boat anyway. Aren't they all the same?
Oh, it floats. How exciting.
This is no boat. It's a freighter. They're the giants of the harbor. Quiet and important.
They go back and forth, carrying nothing but boxes of steel.
Oh, exhilarating.
Ooh, the mystery!
Oh, stop it! It's still a far cry from what usually shows up here in Forster. Lumber ship upon lumber ship upon lumber ship.
Did you know I've been to the ocean?
You have?
That's where the real ships are.
What's so great about the ocean? It gobbles everything up. It's cruel. There it is. Look! Look! It's so wonderful!
Wow.
It's magnificent.
Someday, I'll...
You'll do what? Ride a freighter? To where? Canada?
Ships that sail around the lake will never take you anywhere but in a great big circle.
It's getting late. Let's go back to the square.
Before all the sailors ship out.
I'll be there in a moment. I want to watch for a little while longer.
You're a fool, Minnie.
Fine. I'd rather be alone in the water than with those two mopheads anyway. Why even bother with sailors? They're nothing but drunks and lowlifes who infest the taverns for a few days and leave the town worse than where? Canada. Wisconsin if I sailed into Lake Michigan. Even a great big circle around Lake Huron. Just about anywhere sounds better than here. I walked up and down this coastline, hard to count the years I've spent trying to clear my head, all the tears that I've shed, all the ships that came and went, carrying timber from the mills here, the remains of some poor tree. If they wanted dead, then they should have taken me. I need something to fulfill with the water that holds me, my one friend and guide, I would find a life more than I'd ever wish could be. A life and a love waiting there just for me, just for me. If the right man were to find me, then he wouldn't need to speak. No, he needn't flirt, compliment this old skirt. He just know when his words would go weak. I know someday that he'll find me, take me far from this earthbound hell, and we'll spend our lives lost, he and my eyes in needless spell. I would not care if he's handsome or gritty, torn by war. I don't mind if he's hard-headed. I would not even care if he swore. No, I just need to know that he loves me, and nothing less and nothing more. And we take our whole world going places we've never before. He'd be mine, I'd be his, and I'd never want anything more.
Comes on from behind, unseen by Minnie. He's unstable and staggers forward, knocking over a trash can. Minnie jumps, startled by the sound.
Hello?
Hello, young lady. Sir. Really? Never thought I'd be a sir.
Oh, don't mind me. I was just recollecting myself after an evening and morning of festivities. Say, I don't think I'm the one needing to explain myself. What's a young girl like you doing on this side of the dock?
I wanted to get a better look at the launch of the new ship.
Ah, American Integrity.
Pardon?
That's what they named her. The American Integrity. Ain't that a joke? Bucket of bolts like that with a name like a bloody racehorse. If I'd had a hand in naming that piece of crap, I'd have called it well, I'd have given it a more fitting name than American Integrity. It's like naming a pretty young thing like yourself Agnes.
Well, I better be going.
Oh, come on. My bark's worse than my bite. I'm just a lonely old bugger. I'd love to just stand and look at you a while longer.
Sir.
I ain't no sir. Come on now, lass. How's about one little kiss?
There's a loud clatter interrupting the young sailor, just as he is moving in on Minnie. Three young sailors burst out of the door jovially. Minnie's young sailor is at the head of the group.
All right. Back, you bunch of dogs.
The night is young, my friend. There's still much mischief to be made and women to be had.
That's enough of that. The sea is the only woman I have.
In the confusion of the sailor's entrance, Minnie darts away from the young sailor. He grabs at her and she screams. This halts the young sailor. He turns and sees Minnie and the young sailor at the end of the alley and rushes towards them.
What's all this?
I wasn't doing nothing. Nothing a man can't be blamed for doing, at least.
This is no place for a woman, especially not one so fragile.
You're all swine.
All right, that's enough. Can't we leave you alone for 5 minutes? The day's just beginning and you're already causing trouble?
She's the one who ain't where she belongs.
I'm more than willing to escort a pretty little thing back to the harbor, lassie. Oh yeah, we'll make sure you're safe and sound tonight.
By the likes of your breath, there's nothing but a latrine in your future tonight.
Oh, a feisty one, I like that.
Oh, she's feisty all right, but don't let that fool you. She's just a pup.
All right now, that's enough. The lot of you, behave yourselves. Move along.
Leave it to Samson here to spoil the fun.
We was just having a bit of sport, didn't mean anything by it.
There's more than enough willing young lasses down at the tavern, laddies. Better make our way out there while old Russell here can still stand.
Ah, hogwash. I can keep up with the likes of you two, I can.
The three sailors scamper off noisily and haughtily, and Minnie is visibly shaken.
I apologize for them. Really, I do.
They're Neanderthals.
That they are, but you really shouldn't be here.
And who are you to tell me what to do?
You really don't let your guard down for anybody, do you? Stay out of trouble. There aren't a lot of sailors around here as nice as me.
He leaves, leaving Minnie alone for a few moments. Then he starts to go just as the wind picks up and begins to whistle. The voices of the lake can be heard whispering. They call her name ever so faintly. This stops her. She frantically surveys her surroundings. The whistling and the voices continue, faintly, barely being able to be made out.
Who's there?
She starts to rush away, but inexplicably something stops her, and she instead starts to follow the voices.
Hello? Hello?
The voices of the lake grow stronger and more insistent, with the intensity of the wind. They lead her to a scene shift to the shore. It has gotten late. Minnie hasn't noticed that the sun has gone down, and she dreamily, almost in a trance, is led to the water's edge. She continues as if she is going to continue into the lake when the young sailor calls out to her.
What are you doing? Going for a late night swim? It's restless. The storm's coming. Not the best time to be going out on a midnight stroll.
Midnight?
You.
Being in places you don't belong is one of your talents, isn't it?
If there's any place I'm certain I belong, it's on the lake.
Not at this time of night you don't.
You sound like my mother. As if the tide is going to unexpectedly shift and swallow me up with it.
Maybe not, but I've heard my share of fishermen's tales, enough to make a person wonder. There's a great deal we don't understand about your waters.
Hey.
I'm Samson, by the way.
Huh? Oh. Minnie.
You alright? What are you doing out here?
I could ask you the same question.
Whoa there. Just trying to be friendly. Guess I can't blame you. I wouldn't trust me either after the way Monroe treated you today. Personally, I've never been much of a tavern dweller, and there's hardly any other activity the boys have partaken in when we go ashore, so I find myself out here most of the time I'm on leave. Just got some time. Your turn? Or does the fortress remain unpenetrated?
How do you know it's a girl? Huron. You called it her twice now.
Oh, I don't know, just habit, I suppose. Every sailor I've ever known refers to the lake that way.
I think it must be both. A him and a her.
The water? I think the water is just water.
No. There's a spirit there. Can't you feel it? When the wind blows?
You are not an ordinary girl.
Forget it.
She gets up and starts to storm off. The young sailor stands up as well, trying to calm her down.
Oh, come on, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Maybe if more girls talk like you about the spirit of the lake and whatnot, instead of complaining about their hair in the wind, I'd speak to more of them. I like it.
Thank you. It's late. My mother will be furious.
Would you meet me here tomorrow night? I'd like to show you something.
What?
I'll be here just before sunset. Meet me by the dock. Come on, it has to be exhausting never trusting anyone. You can trust me. Well, I'll be here and I really hope to see you.
They exit. The scene shifts to the Quay's home. Minnie tries to walk inconspicuously through the front door. Her mother is in the kitchen washing dishes. Without looking up,
And where have you been all morning, young lady?
Dad needed my help down at the tavern.
Oh, is that so?
Shoot.
Have you done a single one of your chores? You were out on the water again, weren't you? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Not with all these sailors lurking around the shores.
I wanted to see the new freighter launch is all. I didn't go past the dock.
You are going to drive me to an early grave.
Get your ass upstairs.
What?
I won't have my daughter out on the harbor with these sailors running amok when they ship out.
That's not until tomorrow.
Don't you talk that back to me. Now get upstairs.
Minnie rushes off in a fluster.
She is lucky we haven't thrown her out the way she talks to us.
She's got more spirit than she knows what to do with us all. It's our fault for raising her on the water.
James, who's watching the tavern?
I left old Freddie in charge. Oh, shit. I'd be lucky if he hasn't burned it down by now.
Just as James exits the home, we see Minnie sneaking out of the house. She runs off, just out of her father's sight. Time has passed. It's later that evening. We see the young sailor waiting on the shore. He goes to leave just as Minnie enters.
Am I late?
You're here. I didn't think you'd show.
Well, I did.
Well, I'm glad, and you're just in time.
The young sailor leads her across the shore and pulls her into a cavern. Inside, the walls sparkle like diamonds, and Minnie is entranced. What is this place?
Isn't it incredible? See how the cavern walls glitter like jewels in the storefront. Sparkling rubies and emeralds and sapphires, every hue. It's like God took all of the glass and trash that nobody wanted. He made something new. He made something beautiful. Watch as the sun comes to rest right over the water. Shimmering crest of the waves gently lapping up to the shore. Ain't it strange that if you just stop and take a look at the sights you've seen often before, it still can be beautiful. Though the world at times can be cold, underneath mounds of dirt can be gold. If you let the world in, you might just begin to see things are
Honestly, still can't believe I even came out here. Letting a sailor I don't even know take me down my whole lake. Still, the fact that I even trusted him enough just to come back was not a mistake. It might just be beautiful. I never had anyone who I could just talk to. None of the girls in the town understand me the way that I am. Maybe now I finally found a friend I could open up to. Found one in Sam. I think that's beautiful. Maybe now my life won't be bleak since I've met this new boy who's unique. Days still look grim. I'll just look to him and things will turn How did you find a place like this?
I've wandered every inch of this beach.
I have too, but I've never found anything like this.
I'm just more observant than you.
Sure.
I was only teasing. Not even a crack in the old armor. Huh?
I'm not hard, I'm just not used to people. I prefer waves to people. I ran into you on the shore yesterday because something draws me to the lake all the time. It's as if something, someone is always.
Moving towards the water.
Yeah, almost exactly like that. I can't even explain it.
You really aren't ordinary, really.
Please, stop reminding me.
No, I like it. And I know that feeling you're trying to describe.
Want to know something sad? I don't even know you. But you're my first friend.
Holy hell. Looks like I put a crack in the wall.
The lights fade. In silhouette, we see Minnie on the dock hugging Sam goodbye as he leaves the ship out with the other sailors. He walks away and she waves him off. Then she exits. 1 year later. Minnie runs into the sea. They're on the shore again where they first met a year ago.
Sam, hurry up! It's almost sunset. We'll miss
You
it.
slow down, we still have time.
Minnie runs into the cavern, inside of which is a collection of colorful bottles and broken glass. The young sailor finally catches up and joins her inside the cave.
We missed it. I'm sure of it. If you wait just a minute too long, the light's not right anymore.
Are you forgetting who showed you this place? You haven't missed it. The sun's going down now.
Fine.
As soon as the words are out of her mouth, the sun shines in through the opening of the cavern and lights up the bottles, throwing beautiful colored patterns of light across the walls. The two watch in awe. The lights sparkle for a few minutes before dying out.
I told you we had time.
You were right.
Trust me.
Sure.
All this time, your guard is still so high. You know, it's funny what I thought I knew when the scope of my world was just watery. It seemed like life was just a cruel game you pushed through. Then I found you. Now I have feelings I never felt before, and just the thought of you makes my heart sore. All my life I had never wanted more. Now I am sure that I'll love you always. Sure as the earth meets sky, for as long as the time rolls by, you have my word that
don't leave.
I know, but it'll only be 2 months this time.
Take me with you.
Don't tempt me. I'll dress you as a cabin boy and sneak you aboard.
Yes. And I'll wander into your chambers at night.
Don't tempt me. I'll be back before you know it. And when I am, I promise you, Minnie Quay, I will make you my wife.
He goes to pull her in for a kiss.
You just assume I'll be your wife.
God, all right, Minnie. Will you marry me?
You don't think I have other offers?
Minnie, marry me.
Maybe I don't want to spend the rest of my life tied down.
Please.
My parents are going to kill me.
She smiles. He scoops her up excitedly and spins her around. The scene shifts back to the tavern. The rest of the sailors are spilling onto the streets, drunk and stumbling. The uncouth sailor is roaming about, causing a ruckus.
I don't know if it's safe for me to come inside here.
Get your ass out of my bar, sailor scum! You and your luck can rot in hell!
No. I think we better wait to tell them.
Meet me on the shore.
Always.
Well. Lover boy, you finally tamed the harpy, eh?
What? You're talking about my wife.
Oh, well, congratulations to the happy couple. Lover boy and his bitch!
You shut your filthy mouth.
He launches at him and the men brawl. Minnie is frantic. Sam easily overcomes him, but not before the scrappy sailor gives him a black eye. Sam shoves the old man to the ground.
You've got a lot more heart than bite, eh, pup?
Sam goes at him again, insulted, but Minnie stops him.
He's not worth it, Sam. He's old and confused.
Yeah, I'm old and feeble and, drunk. What's your excuse?
Don't listen to him. Let me see your eye. It'll turn black and blue if we don't get something cold on it. You stay here, I'll be right back.
I'll try to stay out of trouble.
Minnie exits just as James bursts out of the bar, responding to the noise.
What in God's name is going on here? Get out of here, you pack of mangy dogs. And I suppose I owe you congratulations, too. You must be so proud. Quit your rambling and get off of my property, you useless sack of flies.
James, is everything all right out here?
I think she'll make a beautiful bride, Mother. When's the wedding, you two?
Minnie has just returned the steak for Sam's eye. She's tenderly caring for him.
What are you doing out here with these savages? I thought you were in bed. Jesus, child, you must want me dead.
Get your hands off my daughter.
Father, I was just...
Sir, I'm here because
Sam, no.
I'd like
Don't.
to marry your daughter.
You what?
I love her.
Get off of my land, and if you ever set foot on this property again, I'll see that you spend the rest of your days under the lake.
Sam, just go. I'll meet you.
Oh no, you will not.
I won't leave you.
Go, I'll handle it.
Reluctantly, he exits. The rest of the sailors are cleared out too. The parents turn on Minnie.
Have you lost your
You
mind?
have completely disrespected us, you ungrateful little...
James, calm down. What kind of life do you expect to have, sailor?
Would you laugh as your dad dies of shame?
Would you watch as your mother's heart breaks?
Would you really just smile and be proud of the fact that you've made such deliberate mistakes?
But I can't say that I'm that surprised.
But how could it have come to this?
Do you think that the life of a sailor's little tart is just bliss?
It's a fine precipice that you're walking.
You've created a height for your fall.
Put him out of your mind as if you never met him at all. next time that you plan to meet?
The ship's out tomorrow at 10.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed all the time that you've spent. We're never to see him again.
You can't keep me away from that pier.
When your father speaks, you obey. If we have to lock every last house in this door, you will stay.
Well, thank us for this in the long run.
And we saved you more heartache than pain. No, you're staying here, and here is where you'll remain.
My daughter is not going to lay in bed with some seafaring urchin. Do you understand me? You've shamed this family, and I'll see it. You never see the shores of Huron, let alone your precious sailor again.
Won't live without him.
You don't know what you're saying.
I can't listen to this anymore. Until you learn your place, you're not to leave this house.
Well, you can't keep me locked here forever. And I know that someday we'll be wed.
Married to a sailor, I'd rather see you dead.
Ends with Minnie rushing out in a fury. She reaches the shore just as Sam's ship is leaving. She calls out to him, but he's too far offshore to hear her. On the ship, Sam is looking for Minnie as well.
All of you always, sure as the waves crash to land, we face the world hand in hand, no storms we couldn't withstand. It's for she said always, and that we would meet on this pier. But the minutes keep falling and I can't keep stalling. Minnie, why aren't you here? When the days rolled on and on, and the days rolled on and on, with no word from the sailor who'd gone, and the days rolled on and on.
Like to discover uncouth sailor alone at a table in the tavern. He is far beyond blackout drunk. He is deep in unintelligible but boisterous conversation with his phantom companion.
Come and join me, my brothers. We'll sing us a song with a tooraloo-ralay of that powerful elixir that helps us keep on as we steam in and out of the bay. As you stick to the drinking, your thoughts start to sink into stupor as deep as you please. Let your mind start to drift like your godforsaken ship, and you're floating.
For Christ's sake, it's 2 in the afternoon. And you're I'm cutting you off. Oh, hold on, me bucko. I've never had more sobriety than I do at this moment. Dead sober I am. Can you see this is a wake? Another round for me, boys. I'm not your bucko. And what boys? You've been sitting here alone for hours, mumbling to yourself and carrying on. Scared half my business away. Don't you worry your head. They'll come back. They all come back. They all. You off with you now, and don't you come back till you have more whiskey to hand me. Grant me strength. So to your health, me fellows, I'll drink to my own with a tooraloo-ralay, and to memories of men who by tempest were thrown, those the waters had fated to die. As the ale keeps a-flowing, let's keep to the showing, some respect to the dead if you please. To those sailors who passed, may they find peace at last, while we're still floating.
lover, the soon-to-be bride, Bella Riley. With a heart that's so happy, just gushing with pride, my condolences, little Miss Quay. See that boy you've been wanting, who you've spent your dreams hunting, who was supposed to come back, so it seemed, won't be coming this way until my judgment day.
Wait, what do you mean?
Got caught in a squall 30 miles from the bay.
What are you saying?
They were due back today, no survivors, they say.
God damn it, spit it out!
Get it through your thick head, your lover boy's dead. Betcha by now, he's floating.
He laughs and passes out headfirst on the table. Minnie lets out a blood-curdling scream and dashes out the door of the tavern. She's outside panting and crying when she hears a faraway voice.
Come along. Come on.
She starts to follow the voices.
Sam? Sam, is that you? Sam! Where are you?
happened to our daughter? Ran out of here screaming bloody murder, that's what happened to her. Just because I told her that youngin' she was fond of kicked off.
He died? Oh, dear God, James!
Where did she say she was going? I don't bloody well know. I was a tad incapacitated in case you couldn't tell.
We have to find her. She can't have gone far.
Minnie? Minnie!
Another ship comes back with Minnie by the water.
As I gaze off the edge of this pier, one thing alone becomes clear, that the shadow of life you left behind cannot follow me here. You remember that night what you promised, what you swore on bended knee. Sure as the tide turns, sure as the sun burns, sure as the waves swell, sure as the winds tell, will you be waiting for me? Will you be waiting for me? Will you be waiting? Will you be waiting? Will you be waiting?
She jumps. In a choreographed ballet, Minnie sinks deeper and deeper into the waters of Lake Huron. The lake voices dance with her in a graceful adagio. The undercurrent now becomes violent, and the dance becomes a frantic letter of her Minnie being, pitched back and forth by the lake. Suddenly, through the waters, Minnie sees the young sailor. She runs to him, and they embrace, slowly, becoming a loving pot of dog. Her last ounce of strength gone, Minnie collapses into the sailor's arms. He cradles her in his arms, kisses her, and carries her off into the darkness.
Was on that day not long ago, young Minnie Quay joined us below, and from the bonds of life broke free to join her love eternally. Some say she went to heaven's gate, where joy shall never cease. Still others say, and glory leave, that Minnie's found no peace. With sudden gust of frigid wind, a shadow on the shore, a sweet and plaintive little voice, where there was none before. She calls to those who, like herself, have felt
Once again, I want to thank you all so much for coming. It's meant so much to have you here and to share this all with you today. So thank you so much.